Hello everyone. This lecture is a part of many lectures for English language preparation course to take the test for graduate studies. هذا هو المحاضرة، هي جزء من المحاضرات اللي احنا ناخذها لاجتياز امتحان الكفاءة للغة الإنجليزية لتقديم الدراسات العليا في مركز التعليم المستمر كلية الهندسة الخوارزمية جامعة بغداد. So I'm your lecturer Sarah Al-Akraa. Today we will talk about the simple present. اليوم سوف نتحدث عن simple present المضارع البسيط and why I need to use this tense. The most important to know, not to know the rule exactly, but why I need to use this tense and when I have to use this tense. يعني الأهم من هي مجرد حفظ القاعدة. المهم هي how to use this tense. احنا شو وقت نستخدمه and how to differentiate this tense from other tenses. يعني احنا باللغة الإنجليزية we have more than 12 tenses. احنا عندنا أكثر من 12 tense بصورة عامة. So it is really critical that you know to differentiate between the simple present or any other type of tenses. فبالامتحان يكون من ضمن common questions. Okay, they give you a sentence. Okay, and this sentence has a time clue to the tense, and then ask you about which form that the verb should have in the blank. يعني عادة احنا السؤال اللي هو قد يكون universal question in most of the English language tests. يعني عادة ليس فقط في امتحان الكفاءة وإنما في جميع الامتحانات اللغة المعيارية. اوكي السؤال يكون typical question يجيب لك كلو اللي هي راح نشوفه احنا الدليل على استخدام التنس يعني simple present or present continuous, and then ask you to choose which form, اختيار الفعل المناسب حسب الزمن. So we will see in the PowerPoint. Okay. القاعدة الأساسية. Okay, the simple present tense in English represent the first tense and the most used as well. يعتبر هو أكثر tense استخداما. That is why I highly recommend you to use it when you try to write in academic style, and also it is much better when you use this tense to avoid a lot of mistake in writing. يعني عادة يعني كما ذكرنا سابقا في المحاضرات السابقة، عادة الطالب اللي هنا اللي يعني مسجل لاجتياز دورات اجتياز امتحان الكفاءة اللغة الإنجليزية English language is not his field or career اللي هو مو تخصصه قد يكون. So that is why the most common mistake in writing, either in composition of the test or even in your academic or even in the work, that you do a lot of mistakes in grammar. You verify in tenses. عادة الأخطاء الشائعة اللي تكون احنا يعني اللي ارتكبها مثلا قد يكون متخصص اللغة الإنجليزية بصورة عامة in general. Okay, اللي هو يكون تنوع باستخدام التنسز الأزمان. فلهذا السبب التنوع in uses using these tenses lead a lot of mistake, and you're gonna lose your audience and your message will not be received correctly. فالفكرة اللي تريد تنقلها بالكتابة راح تكون خطأ، إضافة راح تكون the whole writing piece is not correct. Okay. فلهذا السبب I highly recommend you to use the simple present. لهذا أنا بالنسبة لي أنصحكم كتخصص أوكي كمتخصصة باللغة ويعني يعني كمدققة لغوية من يفضل بأن تستخدم simple present in writing. Why? Okay, simple present we use it in writing when we talk first of all about repeated action. احنا ليش نستخدمه؟ When we talk about repeated action, what's mean repeated action? When we talk about routine, even in Arabic or in Iraqi dialect احنا عادة نستخدمها الروتين اليومي. Okay, so we talk about routine. For example, habits. ما معنى habits؟ اللي هو العادة اللي احنا عادة يعني نسويها. Okay, قد تكون on regular basis or for example very often. For example, most of Iraqis people drink tea after lunch. أكثر العراقيين يشربون شاي بعد الغداء. So this is a habit because this is just most of Iraqis like do this habit. Okay, فهذا الشيء يعتبر this is considered a habit. Okay, if I talk about hobbies, for example, hobbies اللي شنو هواية of course. For example, if you say I play for example I play piano, okay, فقد تكون هذه الهوبي مالتك هو تعزف على البيانو. I write poems, okay. Since you are talking about hobbies, so you have to use the simple present. Also we use the simple present when we talk about daily event. يعني شنو daily events? Actions or events that happen on daily basis. يعني فعل أو حدث يصير بشكل دوري. Okay, for example, you get up at 9 a.m. every morning. I go to mosque, for example, every Friday. Okay, so I go to the gym every day. So something you do like on daily basis. فلهذا نستخدم the simple present. Okay, so أول استخدام للsimple present you have to put in your mind. Okay, we use it when we talk about repeated action. أحداث تكون متكررة as a routine. Okay, قد تكون habits عادة إحنا نسويها أو قد تكون hobbies اللي هي هواية. And when I talk about my hobbies, so I have to use the simple present. Okay, or when we talk about daily like event or action. Okay, also we use the simple present when we talk about simple statements. شنو simple statements? When you talk about, for example, you just try to speak about things, so what you have to use? Simple statement. When you try to describe things, so what you have to use? The simple present. Or when we talk about the facts, please just pay attention for facts. What's mean facts? Facts is mean like something maybe is related to the universal. قد يكون مرتبط بالعالم. For example, the earth runs around the sun. أنا من أقول الأرض تدور حول الشمس. هذه حقيقة لو مو حقيقة؟ It is fact. Okay, we cannot change it because this is not our how. This is a universal fact. So what I have to use? I have to use the simple present. نفس الحالة when you are like, for example, your field like math or science or engineering or any kind of field. When you give facts about your field, أنت بدك تحكي عن حقائق عن مثلا علمية أو حقائق خاصة بتخصصك اللي هي موجودة. أوكي بالتخصص مالتك أو بالعلم اللي تدرسه تعتبر what? Facts. Okay, من أنا دا أحكي مثلا على سبيل المثال I'm talking about a result of experiment. Okay, عن تجربة اللي أنا سويتها بالمختبر وهذه هي كانت الريزلت النتيجة تعتبر حقائق. So facts. فش تعتبر نستخدم the simple present. Or we can use like a simple present for facts when we are talking about our daily life facts from our real life. يعني قد نحكي عن حقائق تكون من حياتنا بصورة عامة. When I say Trump is the president of the USA, حاليا هو من رئيس الولايات المتحدة. Trump. فيعتبر what is considered يعتبر considered as a fact. Okay, when I say, for example, Justin Bieber, for example, is a Canadian singer. Okay, فنقول Justin Bieber اللي هو قد يكون مغني كندي. هذه حقيقة لو مو حقيقة is come from Canada. Okay, فلهذا السبب قد يكون حقائق كونية اللي هي مرتبطة بالعلم. اوكي مرتبطة عن أي حقيقة قد تكون from our universe أو قد تكون حقيقة from our like life. Okay, truth, the same thing. Okay, when I say, for example, his job, for example, or my dad's job is a teacher. Okay, or my brother like job is a doctor. Okay, هذه قد تكون أيضا حقائق. You tell the truth. This is you talk about the job, or you talk about profession, or talk about any truth from your life or from other people's life. Okay. Okay. Also, we use the simple present when we talk about the verb of the senses. شنو الverb of senses؟ okay اللي هي الأفعال اللي الحواس مثلا taste, looks, seems, here, hers, so or here. So all these verb actually it is verbs of senses. Okay, فاحنا نستخدم وياها the simple present. Okay, so just put attention. Okay, I will translate it in Arabic. Okay, to be clear. نستخدم the simple present. نستخدمه when we talk about action or event on a daily basis or regular basis. احنا بدنا نحكي على يعني action احداث او افعال تكون تحدث بشكل روتيني or بشكل متكرر فنستخدم simple present. We talk about facts, truth. بدنا نحكي على الحقائق ونستخدمها simple present او ما نستخدمها when we talk about verbs of sense اللي هي senses اللي هي الأحواس نستخدمها. Okay. So please let's see these rule, the general rule of like the simple present. We don't need like, okay, to memorize this is like the simple present we use subject, a verb, blah blah blah. Here we need like to figure out how to use the simple sentence and in a correct simple present in a correct sentence. So just put your attention. If the subject it is like singular, إذا كان السبجect singular, like he, she, it. So of course, like the verb should has the like s. This is s we call the third person s. S الشخص الثالث. فإذا كان الفاعل he, she, it, like the president, like the player, the professor, like for example the school, anything is singular, either human or non-human, سواء كان عاقل أو غير عاقل. So in this case, actually guys, we have to use third singular s اللي هي اس الشخص الثالث نخليها we have to put it. The most common mistake by Arabic native speaker اللي من ضمن الأخطاء الشائعة اللي يرتكبها متحدثي اللغة العربية كلغة أم or even like other English learners أو متعلمي اللغة الإنجليزية, we usually forget to put s or we don't pay attention to s. إحنا عادة ننسى نخلي s for singular لمتحدثي اللغة العربية كلغة أم. So you have to be careful. يعني إذا أجات يعني in like in a structure part in the test, okay? So they give you like she and then they give you like every day. بوعل الجملة. The first thing that you have to do, you look to the subject and then you have to look to the adverb اللي هي الظرف الجملة. إذا شفت بالsimple present something has happened like every, okay? إحنا every اللي هي تعطينا بشكل دوري every day, every year, every month, okay? فمعناها شنو? I have to use the simple present. فأبوع للسبجect. If it is singular, so I have to put I choose like الفعل يحتوي على اس الشخص الثالث, okay? But if we have the subject, it is like plural. قد يكون السبجect plural أو first person like I, you, we, they, the boys, like for example the studies, any plural things either human or non-human. فبهاي الحالة أنا إيش أستخدم base verb. يكون الفعل base verb I don't added anything. مثل ما تشوفون هنا I or you speak like English at home or you learn English at home. He or for example she speaks or learns English at home. So just pay attention for this rule, okay? We have like some mistakes maybe you don't like, okay, pay attention to. Usually like for the singular subject we added s for the verb. احنا عادة نضيف s القاعدة الأساسية للverb. لكن عادة we have verbs that is end with o or ch اللي احنا نلفظها in English ch as a like as a phonetics, okay, as a sound of the verb, or ch sh or double s or x, okay, or z. So in this case أنا من عندي verb لازم شو أخلي له es instead of only s, okay? So when I have these like verbs that end in one of these sounds فأخلي لها I have to add it es, okay? This is just like a basic rule, but sometimes we ignore like to use it, okay? So when we try to negate the simple present, negate is mean like النفي من أني أحاول أنفي the simple present. What I have to use, guys, okay? We have first of all, okay, to pay attention. If I have the verb, like for example, like the subject, if it is you or they or we or any plural, that kind of subject, okay, جمع مثل ما قلنا. And the verb, base verb. فش راح أشتق أني حتى أنفي؟ أشتق don't. I have to add this auxiliary verb. الauxiliary verb هو الفعل يعني خلينا نقول الفعل المساعد. فأني أضيف don't. Okay, I put a don't like in the sentence. Okay, for example, you speak French. You don't speak French. You don't speak French. Okay. الشيء الوحيد اللي فقط أنا ما أقدر أستخدمها if I have can, might, should. لأن هذه هنا هي already الverbs إذا تحتوي على هاي يسموها احنا المودل verbs اللي هي can, might, should اللي دائما تاخذ فعل يكون فعل مجرد. بهاي الحالة أنا بالنفي I don't need like to add any auxiliary verb. I just put not. I can't speak in French, for example, or I might not come to the meeting today. Okay, or I shouldn't attend here. فهنا نستخدم for these models just added not. But if we have like a verb in simple present and it's base verb نستخدم don't. Okay, and also if I have like a singular subject اللي هي he or she it, any singular subject either human or non-human. So in this case guys we just added doesn't. So pay attention. إذا كان عندي الفعل it is already like a base verb الفاعل يكون جمع فأني أضيف له don't. إذا كان عندي أني singular subject والverb يحتوي على s. So what I have to do, I just have to add it doesn't and then I delete the s from the verb. يعني أني he speaks German. So what I say, he doesn't speak German. Okay, so just pay attention for this. Okay, so when the subject is he or she, okay, as I said, we added like doesn't. This is like the basic rules. But sometimes we have like, for example, this is we use it as a contraction. Do not is don't, or does not doesn't. But in academic writing, especially like in the test بالامتحان كفاءة عندكم سؤال اللي هو سؤال writing composition, okay? فيفضل you don't use contraction. احنا ما نستخدم contraction in formal writing or in academic writing. احنا ما نستخدم الاختصارات بالكتابة. Since you are like, for example, you write in the test, so don't use contraction. حاول أن ما تستخدم الاختصارات. Okay, because this is not like appropriate for the academic. Okay, yeah, so this is the same thing. Okay, for example, we have here another example. If I use I don't have or I don't buy, for example, he, she, it doesn't eat. So the verb here, it is already, we delete this. Okay, يعني بعد don't with doesn't, the verb should all the time be base verb, because this is gonna be like work as for example instead of putting s. Okay, فعادة this is actually what we try to do. Okay, yeah, this is the same thing. You don't speak Arabic. John doesn't speak Italian. أنا أخذت هنا John فهنا doesn't. Okay, but here you of course don't. Okay, so this is some of the examples. Okay, okay, now let's talk about how to use actually the simple present, okay, when we try to ask any questions. Okay, like when try to ask, especially when try to ask by yes or no question اللي هي سؤال yes or no, or even like informative like questions اللي هي باستخدام question word اللي أسئلة. Okay, so what we have to use, okay, we have to use also the auxiliary verb do. For example, you speak English. I try to say, just ask yes or no. Okay, so do you speak English? Okay, do you speak English? Okay, so here I ask with do. I added do in the question. Okay, the same thing when I use like with the singular subject, like he, she, it. So as he speaks French, so what I say, does he speak French? And I deleted the S and شلت the S already because I put does. Okay, so just pay attention for this. Okay, try to see the video like more than one time. Okay, and try to practice. Okay, so this is just like practicing help like all the information copy in your mind. Okay, the same thing. So here we have the rule. If you have a question with yes or no or even word question, okay, فراح يكون a do with the subject here I, you, we, they. Okay, if I have like the subject he, she, it, or any singular subject, so I use does. Okay, for example, do you need a dictionary? Do you need a dictionary? Okay, so if I try to ask with a singular, so what I say, does he need a dictionary? They need a dictionary. Okay, so the same thing here, like, okay, have a meeting now. Okay, so what we say, do we have a meeting now? Okay, so this is like some of example we use it for a question. The same thing here. Okay, and even when we try to question words, we added a question word, the same thing here, what, where, why, whatever. So it is the same order, we just put the question word at the beginning. Okay, so this is the basic rule that we use it. Okay, so with the simple present, okay guys, we have a lot of like adverbs, we use it to help us, okay, to know that this is the verb in simple present. احنا عادة في كل tense في كل زمن we need like to look to the sentence. احنا نحتاج نبوع إلى الجملة. Okay, and we search for the adverb. لأن عادة إحنا بالامتحان يعني how to differentiate this sentence in simple present or in continuous or in a future. عادة الشيء اللي يفرق بصورة عامة is like how to use the adverbs. الظرف هو اللي يدلينا على الزمن. بالامتحان نفرض اجتك جملة, so you have to search for about the adverb الظرف حتى تعرف الزمن هو like in which time, in the present, in the future, in the past. Okay, and then you look to the subject وتباوع للفاعل and then you choose the appropriate form. عادة we use with the simple present احنا adverbs of frequency. We will talk about it like in another lecture. Okay, نحكي عنها بالمحاضرة أخرى. But we use, for example, always, frequently. We use like never, sometimes. Okay, once a year. Okay, فهذه عادة repeated like action, of course. فإحنا نستخدم هذه adverbs of frequency. So if I have like for example frequently, always, usually, sometimes, often, ever. فهذه every day. Okay, very often. فهذه كلها like expression, time expression show to me that this is the sentence in simple present. Okay, yeah, the same here when we talk about facts or statements. Okay, the same here, like for example, this is some of the examples of like use the simple present. I live in Frankfurt, I live in Baghdad. هذه قد تكون هي fact from your like a daily life. Okay, or for example, she plays football, soccer, but she doesn't play tennis. This is like statement about what they like. Okay, so this is like some of examples. Okay, why we need like to use the simple present actually when we talk about the facts. Okay, Here the same thing when we talk about like truth or facts. Okay, when I say the sun sets in the west, the sun sets in the west. الشمس تغرب منين؟ Okay, من الغرب. Okay, so what we use? Okay, we use actually simple present. When I say most babies learn to speak when they are about 2 years old. هلا هذه حقيقة أنا ما أقدر أغير. الأطفال يبدأون بالكلام بعد ما يجتازون سنتين. Water boils at 100. Okay, so easy. So what we use, this is a fact. Okay, so any facts, any truth, what we use actually the simple present. That is why I highly recommend it, like to stick with this tense when you try to use it in academic writing. Okay, yeah. We have the verbs of senses اللي هي الverbs اللي هي الverb يعني احنا نسميها أفعال الحواس اللي هي for example like something is come from our feeling. Okay, hate, see, love, need, hear, prefer, want, taste, know, believe, smell, understand, remember, look. So all these type of verbs should all the time should be in simple present because we call it like the verbs of senses. Okay, for example, she likes in Germany. Okay, I love lying in bed late on Sunday morning. Okay, I need, I understand, I prefer, I smell, I believe. هذه كلها احنا نسميها non-action verb لأن هي أفعال حسية. So that is why is all the time should be in simple present. All the time. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully that you understand what like why we need to use the simple present. As I said that you this is actually the most common verb that we need like to use it in writing, especially when writing composition. And the most important that for the simple present that you know why I need to use this tense and which adverbs that I need. The simple present we use it with routine when something or event that's happen on regular basis اللي هي الأحداث أو الأفعال تحدث بشكل روتيني. When I talk about facts, truth. When I talk about like habits. When I talk about the verb of senses. Okay, and also القاعدة الأساسية is that use the subject. If it is singular subject that can فاعل مفرد, so we need to put s, the third s. Okay, that's the third person s to the verb. But if it is like plural, so we don't need to add it anything. In negation we use don't and doesn't also. And the adverbs that we use it, which is our clue to the verb. Okay, we use it every. The word every is show like it is like happen on regular basis. And when we use the adverbs of frequency, like frequently, sometimes, usually, always. Thank you so much.